But I remember one day I was in a restaurant. It wasn't a good restaurant in London. And there was a guy there that had made a fair bit out of himself and had come back to see some friends of his. So this bar and pub that we were in was clearly no longer in his league or his radar, but he was in there with a bunch of his boys. And as I walked in there, one of my mates turned around and went, "Oh, and I can't even remember who it was." And I hate to say it, the people I know now were a different league than him, but at the time, he was the big one. He was the big leaguer. And I remember them turning around going, "Oh my God, he's in here." And I was like, "Who's that?" And they were like, "Oh, he's this, he's a big shit. He did this." And I was thinking, well, surely that's the person we want to be talking to, because you're broke and you know nothing. He's rich and he knows a lot. Surely we need to talk to him. So without thinking about it, I went over to him and went, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Steve Sims. You don't know me, but we should be talking," and just started having a conversation with him. Very bold, very blunt. And I remember turning around as I'm in a conversation with him, my mates are up against the wall. They hadn't stepped a single foot towards it. Have you ever noticed when you walk into a restaurant, a networking event, a seminar, anyway, you mentioned Travis Chappell earlier, any one of Travis's events, have you noticed that there are those people that walk up to the leaders, the influencers, the coaches, the speakers, and converse with them? And there's the others at the table going, "Oh, he's wonderful. I really like it," and do nothing about it. And I thought to myself, why? He's in the room now. When are you going to get this chance again? So there's two things. This is about the art of communication, okay? The way to start a conversation and get into communication is to get them talking. That's the key. Get them talking. If you, unlike this podcast, is the one doing all the talking, you're not having a conversation. But if I started talking to you about, "Hey, why are you growing a beard? How long have you had the beard?" And you start talking about a beard, because I know we were talking about beards at the beginning. You're like, "Oh, I really like a beard. I've had a beard." You like it. People will wax lyrical about stuff they like. So if you go up to someone, you see they've got a watch on, go, "Hey, I like the watch. Where'd you get that?" "Well, it's funny you should say this. I've had this watch for like 20 years. My dad had this watch." People will talk for freaking ever about stuff they like. So find that hot button first. Cars, whiskey. Me and you had a conversation at the beginning about whiskey and bourbon and the differences. So the bottom line of it is, get someone to talk about what they like, and they will talk about it forever. Phone them and you go, "Hey, Travis, I got your email yesterday, but I'm traveling today." Gives a shit if it's a white lie and you're sitting at your kitchen table. Just go, "Hey, I'm traveling today and I don't have time to come back to you by email, but I wanted to phone you to find out if there's anything I'm missing in your email. Can we go over it?" You are now showing you've taken the effort to take it further than just a request. You've got to stop being transactional. The second a client can go, "Can you do this?" and you go, "Yes," and it's done, Amazon is going to steal your job. You have to do everything Amazon does and everything Amazon doesn't do. And what Amazon doesn't do is think, dream, and create. That's where you come in. So you've got to try different things. A real beautiful little one now, because a lot of them are going bankrupt. I'm sorry, but they are. So let's opportunize on it. Magazines. Find out what your client likes and subscribe them to the quarterly magazine for that passion. And then tell them that's what you've done. And then every quarter they get a magazine. Who do they think of? They love that magazine because they love gardening. And who sent me that magazine? That was Sims. He's a weird looking guy, but he cares enough to subscribe. Magazines used to be $60 a year. Magazines now are like $12 a year. You buy 4 under the same publishing house and you can get them for 50% off. You can get so many magazines, and it doesn't have to be the same magazine, cheaply. You can send people books, send them The Art of Making Things Happen by Steve Sims. Send them a book and go, "Hey, I heard this dude on this podcast. It was really good. I thought you may like the book. I've sent it to you. Enjoy. Tell me what you think."